I'm telling you this story not out of carelessness, and not to feed some sick fascination you might have for monsters. I'm telling you because what happened to us was real. Real in a way that crawls into your bones and never leaves my family. We weren't scared people. Hunters, farmers, tough folks. My father, my uncles, my older brother. None of us lived with fear. That's why we went. Back to my grandfather's farmland near Boggy Creek. It was supposed to be a quiet vacation. Just a visit to a place we used to love. I thought we were just going there to fish, to walk the woods, to share stories. Just normal family things. But the land was wrong, different, sick. I don't know another word for it. The air felt heavy, like it was watching us, like it was waiting. Before I go further, there's something else you need to understand. My brother, my older brother, doesn't talk anymore, barely speaks a word. We used to joke and fight and go everywhere together. But after that trip, I don't think he recognizes who he is. I don't think he knows what this world is. And I don't blame him. What's real and what's fake? What's fiction and what's non-fiction? Those lines don't matter anymore. Once you've heard something breathing under your window that shouldn't exist, once you've seen something dragging itself out of the tree line on two legs when it damn well shouldn't, you start to realize the world you thought you understood was just a curtain, a cover. Where we went wrong was that farm, that cursed rotten patch of land. We thought it was ours, but that place, those woods, they belong to something else, something older than us, something that doesn't care what we call ourselves or what we think the world is. We should have never brought our family there. We should have turned around the moment we saw the birds fly away like they were escaping a fire, and heard the pigs screaming, even though there were no pigs left alive on that land for over 15 years. The smell, the knocking, the thing outside the window, the thing that followed us. They're gone now. My father, my uncle, my sister, and my mother. Their memory is all we have. And you asked me for the truth, so I'm going to tell you what really happened on that land, what really lives in Boggy Creek, and why we never, ever go back. It was the summer of 1971. Hot, thick air, cicadas humming like 1,000 little engines in the trees. Just a few days after I finished a side job helping my brother Drake with some woodwork. Drake was always the opportunist of the family. If there was $50 to be made, whether clean, shady, or something in between, he was on it. Me. I always tried to keep my hands clean. But that summer, I needed the money. Badly. So there we were, waiting in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road for a man who owed Drake cash. I remember pacing. Okay, where the hell is this guy with the money, Drake? Please don't tell me you dragged me out here just to get cheated. He's gonna come, man. Relax. Drake shoved his hands in his jeans, real casual. Yeah. And if he doesn't? Drake smirked and lifted his jacket just enough to flash a silver revolver tucked into his waistband. Then he's made the worst choice of his life. I stared at him. Where the hell did you get that? Don't worry about it, he said. It ain't just for him. It's for anything else that thinks about being a problem. Before I could argue, the guy finally showed. Beat up old pickup, Nervous smile, envelope of cash. Quick exchange, no trouble, no words. He got out of there fast, too fast, like he didn't want to stay in the woods longer than needed. We started walking back to the truck, dust kicking around our boots, when Drake snapped his fingers like he just solved some great puzzle. Hey, you know what we should do? I sighed. Take a long nap? He laughed, slapped my shoulder. No, man. We should take the family out to Grandma's old farmland this weekend. For a vacation, I stopped. Drake, nobody's been on that land in over a decade. And Grandma told us herself before she died that the land was cursed. Oh, come on, he groaned. You don't actually believe that superstitious crap. I'm just saying it for what it is. Well, I'm saying we should go. Get away. Do something different. We clear the place out, clean it up. Could be good for everyone. I rubbed my face, thought about how tired I'd been, about how little we'd done together as a family lately. You know what? I said. Fine. Let's do it. That afternoon, we broke the news at the house. My mom was at the kitchen sink, washing peaches. She stopped, slowly dried her hands. That land, she said quietly, is not right. My mother stood by that. She told me never to go back, said things, watched us out there. Yeah, Mom, Drake said, rolling his eyes. But that was 14 years ago. She stared at us hard. Then her shoulders sank. Just be careful, she murmured. It was a 20-minute drive through pine and cypress, past abandoned houses rotting into the ground, roofs caved in, porch swings hanging by one chain. Then we saw it. Grandma's farmland, overgrown, silent, the house leaning like it was tired of standing. Home sweet home, Drake said. More like home sweet shithole, I replied. He snorted. For now. Let's do this. The inside was worse. Dust, cobwebs, animal nests, old wallpaper peeling like dead skin. But then I saw a photo on the wall. Grandpa, shirtless, holding up a fish twice the size of his torso. He looked strong, solid. God, I whispered. He kept himself in damn good shape for 50. Yeah, Drake said softly. God rest his soul. We worked until evening, cleared the living room, then the kitchen. It wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't as bad as I feared. See, Drake said as we stepped outside. That wasn't so bad. I'll admit, I said, it wasn't terrible. Then let's celebrate. He popped open 2 beers and tossed me one. We leaned against the truck, watching the sun fall behind the pines. Then, hey, Drake said, pointing. Over there. Something was moving out of the tree line. Slow, heavy. The sun was hitting just right so I couldn't make out the shape. But I saw fur. I saw height. And I felt something wrong. No, I breathed. That's not a bear. Drake didn't hesitate. He pulled the silver revolver. Bang. The thing bolted back into the trees. Not ran, loped, like it had joints in places nothing should. Yeah, Drake roared. This is our land. My heart was beating so hard I thought it might stop entirely. We got in the truck. We drove. But as the tires rolled over the gravel and the woods passed by on either side, I couldn't stop thinking about the shape I almost saw. Big, wrong, watching us. And I knew, deep down, we hadn't scared it off. We had introduced ourselves. We didn't know it yet, but that was the moment everything went wrong. Drake and I had already been on the farmland for about a week. Most of that time was spent cleaning. Dust, dead rodents, broken furniture, mold, nests. We cleared the downstairs first, then the upstairs, board by board. It was grueling. Our shirts stuck to us, our lungs full of dust, sweat burning our eyes. But it was worth it. At least that's what we told ourselves. Especially after what we saw a few days before. We didn't talk about it. Not with anyone. We both said bear, but we both knew damn well nothing moves like that. So we took extra precautions around the house. Locked doors, boarded windows, tools near the bed, Drake's revolver at his side. We wanted the place safe for the family. "I think we're just about done here," Drake said, wiping sweat from his forehead and dropping down onto the porch steps. "We absolutely deserve a medal for all this work." "A medal?" I scoffed. "This was your idea. If anyone gets a medal, it's me." He laughed. "Don't worry, bro. You'll get your medal in free beer and a home-cooked meal." I leaned forward a little, voice quiet. "Hey, you didn't tell Mom about what we saw, right?" "Hell no," Drake said immediately. "She'd lose her mind and shut the whole trip down. Besides, we haven't seen that thing since. It was a bear. That's all. Yeah. I just want to be sure the next day we drove the family up. Drake with his wife and son. Me with my wife and daughter. Mom, Dad, and Uncle Ronnie in the second truck. When we got there, the air felt lighter, like the land was remembering us. Warm breeze, fresh pines. The house looked halfway alive again. "Well, I'll be," Mom said when she stepped inside. "You boys, this is beautiful. You really cleaned the place up." "Thanks, Mom," I said. "It was all me," Drake added proudly. "Man, bullshit, you fucker," I muttered. "You weren't the one crawling under the sink scraping rat crap." They laughed, really laughed, and for a moment, things felt normal. By 2 p.m., we were out exploring, looking at the old horse stable, the broken pig pen, the fields where Grandpa used to plant rows and rows of corn under the Arkansas sun. The kids played on the swing hanging from the old oak. Dad sat in a lawn chair, sun hitting his face, Mom beside him cleaning a cluster of peaches we bought on the way. "I'll admit," I said, "this was a good idea. The only curse," Drake said, "is that we didn't come back sooner." Dad smiled. "You know your mother's mother. She always believed in spirits, curses, all kinds of strange things." "Yeah, but she left this place," I said. "Abandoned it completely. Why?" Dad leaned back, exhaling. "She told us a story once, about a wild man, something that lived out here. A legend tied to Boggy Creek. You boys remember that?" "We remember," Drake said. "We grew up hearing it. It got old." "I don't know," Dad murmured. "The way she described it, it didn't sound like a story. It sounded like warning I almost told him right then. About the thing in the tree line. How it stood too tall. How it moved wrong. But I swallowed it. 5 days, I told myself. Just enjoy 5 days." At around 4 p.m., while dinner was cooking, the kids ran back inside, covering their noses. "It stinks out there." Drake stepped out to investigate, came back gagging. "Jesus Christ, it smells like something died out there." The smell surrounded the house, but there was no source, no carcass, no trash, no rot we could find. It drifted like fog, but eventually, it faded. We went back inside, ate dinner as the sun dipped behind the tree line. Then, knocking, loud, slow, from somewhere deep in the woods. Thud, thud, thud. "What in God's name is that?" my wife whispered. "Probably a woodpecker," Drake said, but I heard the shake in his voice. Dad stepped outside with his coat half on, door still open behind him. We could hear the knocking clearly now, rhythmic, intentional, like someone signaling. Then it stopped. Later, while we washed dishes, I leaned close to Drake. "Look, I'm getting freaked out." "Don't start the Boggy Creek crap again," he snapped. "We're fine." "What about that bear?" "Forget it," he said sharply. "It's gone. It's It's not coming back. Dad walked past us just in time to hear. What's gone? We froze. We were talking about the smell, Drake said. Dad gave us a long look, like he didn't believe a word. But before he could question us, the lights flickered. Once, twice, before the whole house blacked out. Damn it, I said. Generator must have tripped. Dad grabbed his flashlight. I'll go reset it. Mike? Mom grabbed his sleeve. Maybe wait until morning. No. The kids aren't sleeping in the dark. I'll be back in 5. He walked toward the barn, vanishing behind tall grass. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 15. Mike! Mom called out, voice trembling. Mom, it's okay, I said. We'll go check. We took the flashlight, and Drake took the revolver. The barn door was open. Inside was pitch black, cold, too cold. Dad? Drake called. No answer. We stepped inside. Our boots crunched on dirt and hay. Then the flashlight caught something. Footprints, Dad's footprints, leading inside, then dragging marks, like he'd been pulled. And beside them, prints we couldn't make sense of. Too large, too wide, and shaped wrong. What the hell? I whispered. Drake didn't answer. He was busy pulling the cord on the generator. 1, 2, 3. The property lit up. The house glowed warm in the distance. We could see Mom standing on the porch, hands over her mouth. Then, from the edge of the woods, a sound. A deep, rising, guttural whoop. Not human, not animal. Something between. Long, slow, calling us. My skin crawled. My mouth went dry. What the hell is going on? I whispered. Drake swallowed hard. I don't know. His voice cracked. But I'm starting to get scared. No tracks, no rustled grass, just gone. As if something plucked him out of the night and erased the trail behind him. We fixed the generator ourselves. The lights flickered back on, but it didn't help anything. Every shadow felt wrong now, like something was watching us from just outside our line of sight. Our mother began shaking, not crying, shaking. Like her body understood something her mind refused to process. Our uncle came out of the back room carrying his rifle. I'll look for him, he said. We tried to tell him we'd already searched the property. He didn't listen. I ain't searching the property, he snapped. I'm searching the woods. If he got turned around, I'll find him. I stepped forward, heart pounding. Uncle, please. We wait till morning. If he went into the trees, he'll be better found in daylight. He hesitated. That hesitation told me he was scared too. All right, he said. Then I'll stand guard. But if he ain't back by dawn, I'm going in after him. That was the deal. Our mother didn't agree. You boys get your asses back out there and find your father. Mom, I said, just trust us. Please. Just for a few minutes, she didn't like it, but she didn't fight further. We put the kids to bed. Our uncle sat outside on the porch, rifle in his lap, flashlight in his shaking hand. Inside the house, everything felt tense. The air felt too still, too heavy. I started whisper arguing with Drake. I told you we shouldn't have come, I hissed, the second we saw that thing in the woods while cleaning. Don't start this shit, he snapped. No, we're doing this, because now Dad is gone, and that is on you. You tell me that again, Drake whispered, jaw clenched, and I swear to God I will knock your teeth down your throat. And then what? I said. Something out there will hear us. Then we'll all be next. We stared at each other like two dogs deciding whether to bite. Then our uncle's voice tore through the night. Mike! That you! We ran to the front window. Our uncle had his flashlight pointed toward the far tree line. His voice trembled. Mike! brother, that you!" Something moved in the brush. Slow, heavy. We all saw it. Brown fur at first, like a bear. "Goddamn bear," our uncle muttered. "I'll scare it off." He raised the rifle and shot. The scream that followed did not belong to a bear. It was a sound I still hear when I close my eyes. A wet, ragged, agonized howl that felt wrong in my bones. It shook the windows, made the kids wake up screaming. Then it stepped into the open. It was tall. Taller than any man has a right to be. 8 feet, maybe more. Thin, but built from corded muscle. Fur patchy and matted, black and brown mixed like old sludge. Its arms hung low, almost to its knees. Its face, God help me, its face had no expression. Just smooth skin over bone-shaped muscle, and 2 deep, sunken black eyes staring straight forward like it didn't blink. "What the hell is that?" our mother screamed. Our uncle reloaded and fired again. The creature jerked, let out another terrible cry. Then it charged. He didn't make it to the steps. It grabbed him by the leg and slammed him into the ground so hard the dirt seemed to vibrate. Bones snapped. He screamed. The creature didn't stop. It pounded him again and again with its fists, like it was crushing clay. Then it grabbed his rifle and beat him with it, over and over, until he stopped moving. It looked at us through the window, head slowly tilting to the side. Curious, like we were something it hadn't seen before. Our uncle twitched once. The creature bent down, sank its teeth into his throat, and dragged him back into the woods like a sack of flour. We didn't move for an hour. Not one of us spoke. Then our mother started screaming. We ran. We packed. No words, just instinct. Drake got the kids. I got the keys. We ran to the cars. Engines started. Then footsteps. Heavy. Fast. I turned in time to see the creature slam into Drake's car, nearly flipping it. It punched through the passenger window and grabbed his wife, dragging her out while she screamed, "No! Drake, the kids! Go, man, go!" Drake hit the gas, dragging the creature for a few feet before it let go. I followed. Dust blinded the road. I couldn't see, couldn't breathe. Then the world spun. My car slid, skidded, left the road. We hit a tree. My wife flew through the windshield. I hit the wheel. Everything went black. What woke me was breathing. Slow, deep, heavy enough to shake my ribs. The creature was standing at my window, its face inches from mine. It sniffed me, then dragged its black tongue along the blood on my forehead. My mother was still alive in the back seat. She gasped. The creature heard. It ripped the door open, pulled her out, slammed her into the ground like she weighed nothing. I tried to move. I tried. My head dropped onto the horn. The blare shocked the creature. It screamed, ear-splitting, furious, and fled. I passed out. I woke up in Drake's passenger seat. The kids were in the back, crying. Alive. "Drake," I whispered. He didn't answer. He just stared ahead, driving. At the hospital, we told the police everything. They didn't believe us. They humored us. They searched anyway. Drake went with them. When he came back a week later, he sat beside my bed and stared at the floor. "No bodies," he whispered. "Just blood and footprints leading to the lake." Then he looked at me. "It's all my fault." I tried to tell him it wasn't. He didn't hear me. He just walked out. Months have passed. The kids still won't sleep without lights. I still wake up tasting iron. Drake doesn't talk anymore. The humor, the spark, the life, all of it is gone. He sits by the fire outside every night, staring into it like something is calling him. Some nights, I hear knocking out by the tree line. Slow, rhythmic, patient. Our grandmother wasn't warning us about superstition. She was telling the truth. The land is cursed, and we brought our family back to it.